As an American, I eat apple pie, play baseball under its blue skies. As an American, I travel this land and follow her roads wherever I can. From sea to shining sea, I've seen a lot, and none of it will be forgot. And when my country called, I gave my all as an American. I was born into freedom in a wonderful land of mountains and plains, rivers and lakes. Forever American is what I am. A past as rich as any can be. My father's worked hard to give this to me. I love this place I come from. To live another way I cannot foresee. As an American, I eat apple pie, play baseball under its blue skies. As an American, I travel this land and follow her roads wherever I can. From sea to shining sea, I've seen a lot, and none of it will be forgot. And when my country called, I gave my all as an American. As an American, I've been to the peaks of majestic mountains where the air is sweet. I've watched the eagle as it soars in beautiful skies that just can't be ignored. And by this country I'll always stand, for freedom and liberty for every man. When times are hard and things get rough, America always stands ready and rough. As an American, I eat apple pie, play baseball under its blue skies. As an American, I travel this land and follow her roads wherever I can. From sea to shining sea, I've seen a lot, and none of it will be forgot. And when my country called, I gave my all as an American. And when my country called, I gave my all as an American. Forever American is what I am.
Well, good evening, everyone. How you doing tonight? I don't know why the title says that on the bottom, but please ignore that. How you guys doing? Hopefully everyone's having a great night out there. God bless you all. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Tia. Hi, Rochelle. Hi, Alex. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Karen. Hi, Nana. Hi, Tia. Hi, Richard. Hi, Linda. Thank you for that $5 donation, Linda. Hi, Rodney. And we're still trying to raise $57 more for streaming software for tonight. But God bless you guys. Thank you guys for being here. And please hit that share button. As we're looking at the deadline for this debt ceiling, and the debt limit looming, of course, Biden and McCarthy are narrowing in on a budget deal to lift the debt ceiling. The question is, will it come together or fall apart at this point? As we have heavy fallout from Republicans saying they do not want to go ahead with this. They will not vote for it. As we're watching this follow through, of course, and Democrats are on the same side, saying that they wouldn't vote to pass it. Days from the deadline, and narrowing in on a 2-year budget deal aiming to curb the federal deficit in exchange for lifting the nation's debt ceiling. The problem is, even if we lifted our debt ceiling and we fix this problem, it's still going to be a drastic issue following through. No matter what we do, this issue is not going to get any better anytime soon. As we're watching it, of course, we're paying, honestly, more than we make up in a year. $2.6 trillion is what we pay on the interest in our national debt every year right now. Thank you, Alex, for that $25 donation for the software. Thank you. Every penny counts. God bless you. But watching this happen, I mean, support from both sides of raising any kind of debt ceiling at this point is dangerous. We're at a dangerous point. We're now borrowing more money every year just to pay interest on the debt. A lot of people don't see what's happening. There's a lot of steep cuts that need to be made, and Democrats aren't willing to do that. I'm sorry, but watching Republicans fold to these cuts, allowing things step by step, small step by step at this point, we're watching things be given to the Democrats, just given away to whatever they want to make a debt ceiling by June 5th. Because if not, the Treasury won't have enough money to pay the nation's obligations. And that's a problem. I mean, they're saying the 5th, but the problem is the first payment is due on the 1st, and that would actually cause the debt ceiling to be overfallen if we don't pay that first payment on the actual Treasury debt. There's a negotiation going on, and hopefully we'll know something. Whether it's going to be able to have a deal or not, we can only hope. I hope we have some clear evidence sometime before the clock strikes 12 that we have a deal, but it's very close and very problematic at this point. We're looking at serious issues. A lot of people will say they'll vote no on the bill. Lawmakers, of course, also left the city for Memorial Day weekend. So they'll be given 24-hour notice to return if and when a deal is reached. The problem is they've already said they're not going to vote yes, both Democrats and Republicans. I mean, this is crazy. This is a critical issue. And spending cuts need to be happening. And Republicans have demanded in exchange for voting to raise the debt ceiling. But the problem is we're just giving away these spending cuts one after another. One after another. We're just giving the money away. Thank you for that $37 donation, Christy. Tia. Thank you, Tia. It's crazy. Absolutely insane at this point. As we're watching what's happening. Neither side wants to give or to lose, so neither side will vote yes on a bill that's compromised on both sides. But at this point, not ruling or not raising the debt ceiling is going to cause major problems, such as food stamps, temporary assistance programs for families in need. Not Medicaid, because Medicaid won't be affected by this right away. It'll take a couple months. But we're talking the dollar value is already decreasing. And it's not just a small decrease. The dollar value is losing its value at a drastic rate. To the point where the feds are now heating up the inflation gauge again. Meaning another rate hike is right around the corner on interest rates. All this is happening while nobody is offering assurances that anything will help the country out in the long term. Raising the debt ceiling is a temporary feel-good benefit, I guess. But I guess for the people that are on Social Security, veterans, and military families, of course, people using food stamps or other government assistance, they need it. That's not a question. A default could cause widespread suffering to those Americans when they lose the income that they need to get by. I mean, the number of people potentially impacted is huge. According to the Census Bureau, roughly 35% of U.S. households, including someone receiving Social Security benefits, 36% receive Medicaid benefits, and more than 13% of the total population receive food stamps at this point. A recent poll showed that 66% of Americans say they are very or extremely concerned about the impact of the U.S. economy, and the debt limit is not raised. The problem is, people aren't looking at the other end. It says you sent it, I think. I don't know. But people losing their Social Security, people losing public benefits, losing public housing. Oh, but guess what? Guess who won't lose their benefits? That's right, immigrants that are here illegally housed by U.S. government. Those would still be paid for. I don't understand that, because they come before a lot of other things. Because they're considered financial bills that are required to be paid. Along with the interest rates, the interest itself on the debt. Watching what's happening, this would be crazy. Consumer price expenditures price rose 4.4%. Obviously, the prices are going up. Raise of energy prices on month to month is up 0.7%. How pushing, of course, the consumer price index even higher. Goods and services are up, of course, at least 0.5%. This month alone, food prices show very slight decrease in some areas, but high increases in others. We're worried about immigrants before we're worried about ourselves at this point. And it's tragic. Inflation is taking hold again because the US dollar is overvalued. And that's affecting everyone at this point. Sad but true. Sad fact is our government doesn't care about us. Our government cares about who can vote or how to get the most votes. That's what they're playing at right now. How can they benefit the most from getting the votes they want? And what's happening with the debt ceiling is just another reason everybody should just realize what's happening. Yeah, the government needs to audit, a true audit of government spending. Meanwhile, the government approved Neuralinks for human trials. That's right, FDA approved Neuralink for inhuman clinical trials. Elon Musk, Neuralink company, or neurotechnology company Neuralink, has been approved by the Food and Drug Administration to perform inhuman trials. The announcement was made this morning, of course, stating that this is the result of incredible work by the Neuralink team. Close collaboration with the FDA represents an important first step in allowing our technology to help many people. Neuralink is actually a brain-computer interface, and being tested, it's on live animals so far, and the company has moved on to testing in human subjects now. We're not ready for this. Let's be honest. AI is just taking over, and we're adding Neuralink into the mix. Not a good thing. When people are signing for clinical trials, this could be dangerous. Seriously dangerous. The company's been setting impossibly high expectations, but it's successful. Neuralink hopes to create a brain interface that can restore autonomy to those with unmet medical needs today and unlock human potential tomorrow. That unlock human potential tomorrow is the thing that scares me. Neuralink is, of course, even the mishandling of the implants in the monkey brains caused other problems earlier this year. The company's still investigating that, but yet the FDA is going to approve it for human trials. It's going to increase scrutiny, of course, of its practice, especially knowing that Elon Musk is heading for opening his own AI corporation now to join with Neuralink. Scary times are ahead of us one way or another. We look at what's happening in Ukraine. Ukraine claims they shot down all 10 missiles Russia shot off in an attack. But we know an oil depot was hit. We know at least 2 missiles hit and wounded at least 23 people in a medical clinic inside of Ukraine. But yet, supposedly, Ukraine shot down all 10 missiles. Supposedly, I'm going to say that again. Shot down 10 missiles and over 20 drones launched by Russia in an overnight attack on the capital, Kiev. If they shot down all the missiles, then how is there fire breaking out and oil depot, of course, being hit twice? The equipment for pumping oil products has been heavily damaged. I mean, if they shot down everything, then I don't understand how these hit, but I guess we're not going to question that at this point. It's sad to say what's happening. We're being lied to on both sides about anything that's happening in the wars and what's the escalation of it as the U.S. tries to push further into the war. And that's what's happening. We are pushing further into it, issuing satellite phones to government officials, to buying anti-radiation pills, $262 million worth to $263 million worth of anti-radiation drugs, opening up mines now and calling them veteran graveyards while the military secures them. Russia's preparing for a large-scale provocation at the nuclear plant, according to the U.S. government. Now, this is the question I had before. 30 tons of ammonium nitrate goes missing. A Ukrainian plane comes in the middle of the night, leaves. Nobody talks about what they picked up or what they took with them. Ammonium nitrate, and then all of a sudden we're hearing now this. The Ukrainian Defense Intelligence has reported that in the coming hours, Russian invaders are preparing a large-scale provocation to simulate an accident at the Zirkon nuclear power plant. Now, I already put this together before. I said that they were going to say that Russia did this and it was Russia's fault. Everything's due to Russia. Russia. But why did 30 tons of ammonium nitrate disappear? And now Ukrainian intelligence is stating that Russia is preparing to launch a large-scale attack, basically, against the power plant. I mean, Ukraine, as ever, being blamed for this incident by Russia, supposedly. That's what Russia's going to do. But what if Ukraine and the U.S. is actually the ones behind this? Not saying they are, that would be conspiracy theory, but I'm just saying, I'm stating the facts. 30 tons of explosives go missing. Nobody talks about it. It was a simulation, but yes, Deborah, that simulation was accurate. The Pentagon even agreed. A Ukrainian plane was here at the same time the ammonium nitrate went missing. Yes, it was, Glenda. Yes, it was. Lies are getting thick now because people don't even know what's happening. China ran simulations to see what would happen if they had to take out a carrier fleet, by the way, Deborah. And the reports show that they could do it easily. With a couple volleys of hypersonic missiles, they could wipe out an entire U.S. aircraft carrier and its fleet, which would make huge problems. This problem in Ukraine right now, this supposable attack that's happening, or going to be happening soon, and they're going to blame it on Russia, or Russia's going to blame it on Ukraine, supposedly. This is all a joke at this point. Because this is what I said was happening the very second I saw 30 tons of ammonium nitrate disappear. Got lost. And then all of a sudden, a Ukrainian airplane that was easily capable of carrying the 30 tons of it shows up, middle of the night, and flies back. And now we're hearing this. I mean, if you can't put two and two together, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, seriously. This would be a provocation. If that nuclear power plant goes up and nuclear radiation starts leaking, NATO will have to get involved. this would be an automatic involvement, and that would enable Article 14 to be used to raise the debt ceiling without any Republicans being able to stop it, because then the president could actually override it, use Article 14. All of this is adding up. Ammonium nitrate, listen, plane. Supposedly now Russia's having a large-scale attack getting ready. And everybody talking about Title 14 using for raising the debt ceiling. Well, the only way you could do that is war, or if we're having internal issues like rebellions or an insurrection. But that's not happening. Much less now China has entered waters off Vietnam, protecting Russian gas block. Of course, the U.S. is worried about escalation. China claims it has not violated any exclusion economic zone. It's operating in its jurisdiction. Of course, Vietnam disagrees with the exclusive zone, ECZ zone, and deployed a research ship along with 5 escort vessels to the area where Russian state firm jointly operates a gas block in the energy-rich South China Sea. This is just another reason or place to escalate, I guess. Watching what's happening, Of course, the U.S. is concerned about what's happening with the debt ceiling. The whole world is at this point. Europe to China to Russia. If the U.S., of course, defaults on its debt, the problems will flow worldwide, whether you're our enemy or our friend. We will be facing very big problems. And as Americans as a whole, we need to prepare. We need to prepare as citizens, be ready to act. Seriously watching everything that's unfolding. China having a new case of COVID that's identical to the one that was in a laboratory here in the U.S. in Boston. Supposedly going to have 65 million new cases a week by the end of June in China. Now, that's something else that I just can't understand, how you have a virus that was accidentally developed in a lab while trying to make a vaccine for COVID magically show up in China. No, this is bomb grade ammonium nitrate, not fertilizer grade. It's crazy though. Debt ceiling message is very clear though on Republican and Democratic sides. Neither one want to vote yes to a deal that gives anything to the other side, even though McCarthy and Biden may be getting very close to a deal. We'll just have to wait and see how the vote goes on that. Central bank is bankers are facing a balance sheet reckoning right now with problems with their own balance sheets. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. I'm going to sign off for tonight. I should have gotten ready earlier, but I was not. That's my mistake. But tomorrow night, of course, we'll go over more. Yeah, I talked about satellite phones last night. No, not last night. Wednesday night. But I'll be talking more about that tomorrow night, of course, trying to get more details about what the government's actually doing, because there's massive movement. But we will see you guys tomorrow night. Till then, stay safe. Be ready for anything, because only the Lord knows what's going to happen next. Sad as that sounds. God bless you all. God bless America. Good night.